Dude, I'm totally jamming out to that intro. I love it. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Bill Vitiello. I'm the Director of Institutional Relationships and the Director of Marketing for the Victory Bank in Limerick. Welcome to this episode of Chamber Chat Live with the TriCounty Area Chamber of Commerce. Just before I came on, you saw our 2021 mission and vision partners. Please take a look and frequent those members. They really help with the production of this podcast and the Chamber Chat Live, and would be most appreciative if you took a look at their businesses. So once again, welcome everybody. Again, I don't know what episode it is, so it's completely fine. We're just rolling with it. We want to send a special thanks to all the Chamber staff that help with behind the scenes, along with Drew Griffin from Delicious Marketing, who is doing all the graphics that you see below right here. I always wanted to do that. I got it. But thank you so much. Without all them, it really wouldn't be possible because, pardon the expression, but I don't have the bandwidth to do it all. So, so again, welcome to this episode. I have a great guest ahead of me here. I like to tell people that I have a face for radio. But this guy here, he's got the voice. Please welcome my guest, John Ralston. He is from WXPM 98.5. John, how are you?
Very good, sir. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. It's our pleasure. Thanks for being a member of the Chamber. I know you speak very highly of the Chamber.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to be a part of the Chamber. The thing with being part of the Chamber initially is you're the new guy. You're not the new guy forever. And I like being the new guy, so I get to meet as many people as possible. Let me first say I lost my voice a couple of nights ago singing on stage with my favorite band, Rollin' and Tumblin', and I went a little too far and I lost my voice, but that's great for radio.
I guess we'll scrap that segment then today.
Yes.
Drew, if you're listening, cancel that segment there.
Yeah, I would need a lot of echo and reverb to get through.
Yeah, you and me both. I could sing, but I'll clear a room. So if you want everybody to leave, you can easily make that happen. But so John, for those who are not familiar, probably nobody ever thought that there was a radio station in the Phoenixville area. But for those who don't know what 98.5 WXPM is, please explain.
Well, we've been streaming. Rick Rogers is our GM, and he has a little history with WPAZ, which some of your folks may have heard about. And he wanted a station of his own. And basically, he put together a stream, and he finally got it up onto 98.5, which is a low-power FM signal. And then he put it, and then he got the stream, which people have been flocking to. I mean, we are really popular on the internet, but and people on our Facebook page tell us all the time what a great mix of music it is from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and you'll hear music from today. It's basically anything we want to play, but so this stream has been on for 2.5 years. I'm bouncing around here. I apologize, but we this very weekend, Saturday being the hottest day of the year, and then Sunday being the hottest day of the year, we took those 2 days, and now we are fully live on the stream, and the DJs are live in studio. We are very fortunate to be at the Goose Pond Center. That's at 250 West Ridge Pike. And that's where our studios communicate to via the internet to the tower. Okay. So, and that's in Spring City. So it kind of emanates around Spring City, our low power signal, but it actually stretches pretty far because we're so high up. So
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it covers the surrounding communities there. And I saw as we were going through the website there that DJ Andy was with you.
how do you know? Do you know DJ Andy?
Well, I don't think we know each other, but I can tell you. So if you didn't know, I'm the chairman of the Montgomery County Community College Alumni Association.
Ah, that explains.
So I've seen him or heard him during the alumni broadcast that they typically do every year. So yeah, I recognize them almost right away there.
Andy is very important to the station. He's got that crazy DJ Andy thing.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you that's real.
I know.
He is. He's totally dedicated to like the big. They called them boss jocks of the 1970s and early 80s, and that were on like WIBG and WFIL at the time, mm-hmm. and things like that. And he is very important. His technical knowledge about radio is very important to us. Me, I'm with computers. I had a web development business for 11 years, so I'm the computer guy. So we all wear a lot of different hats, and I also do, obviously, I'm the motor mouth of the group, so I go out and tell people about how donating to us also helps the community, because we have some programs put together to bring in high school and college students into our studio and teach them a little bit about communications. We don't just have audio, we have video podcasts. So we'll interview a band, we'll interview municipalities, people, and let me say from here, Limerick Township or Pottstown, if you want to get your message across a different way, send me an email, john@wxpm.org, and I'm happy to help you out. We're here for the community.
Yeah, so I want to go back to the experience that you're giving high school kids and the college kids as well. So again, I went to Montco, studied communications, and I tell you what, I got such a great experience at Montco. A lot of what I did was hands-on, and I can't tell you how valuable that was to me. So just the fact that you're allowing access for some of these kids to see the studio, to see the equipment, is a huge step in a positive direction in allowing them to either further hone their skill set or inform them to make a decision going forward what they actually want to do in communications. I mean, there's so many tentacles in communications that you can get into, whether it's writing or producing or on air or whatever it is, marketing, advertising, you name it. It's really important for them to be, media inquiries right here. Over here.
There we go. Yeah, right there. Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, I remember back in the 70s, I was in high school, 10th grade, and we were fortunate enough. I went to Penn Ridge, which seems like miles and miles away, but it really isn't. It's pretty close. It's in Bucks County. But I remember being part of the media program that they had there. They had 3 cameras. They had VHS tape that was 2 inches, wide, and I learned how to work the cameras. And then I got behind the desk and did some of the school news and school sports and things. I was a weatherman for a little while, and I would have the pointer up on the weather map, but I kept hitting my leg, and there was like a wire going up my back, and they kicked me out of that and made me an anchor. So that was fun, but I remember that feeling that, that's something I want to do. And that's why we want kids to come in, young adults, to come in and see if this is something that they want to do, and, we're accepting donations, obviously, from the corporate area to help out with us getting this new wing completed for that purpose. And yeah, it's very exciting. And you see the smile, you see the light in their eyes, and
Yeah.
and
It really is. It's something truly special. And so I just want to shift real quick because I had an opportunity to go onto your website there, and 60s, 70s, and 80s music. I mean, you can't beat it.
yeah,
When I listened, I think it went from the 60s to the 70s
yeah,
pretty quick. So I was listening to an oldie, and then I was listening to, I don't even know what the song was, but it's something nice where you can stream it or have it on in the background while you're working, or
right.
again, if you're out in the yard or whatever your scenario is, you can certainly take it in.
Well, that's the thing. I was searching around for local stations and things like that. I came across this stream from WXPM, and it was like 5 songs in a row that I was amazed with that they would play, because nobody else is playing that. As you know, some of the Philly stations who used to claim to be oldies, I don't think they do that anymore, but they don't go further than maybe the 80s anymore. They may have a dance party kind of thing, which we also have. I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Well, John, that's how you know you're old, when they're playing 80s music as oldies, So
yeah, and my fiance is younger than me, let's say, and she's appalled that yes, the 80s are now the considered the oldies.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because it's interesting. My musical taste kind of runs the gamut. So when I was younger, my father had a disc jockey business, and I would go on a lot of the jobs with him, and I wouldn't do much on mic sort of thing, but I would spin the records and whatever else we had available to us there. And that's what I took a liking to. And he was big into the oldies. So I can easily listen to the old doo-wop, and all that generation, and also know a lot of the artists too. So and here now, what I'm trying to say is, you hear the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. Feel like I'm connecting, my entire life and beyond. But we have some comments in the Facebook chat here. Matt Porter says hello. So Matt, I'm going to get your title wrong, but he is like the almost the head dude at the Montgomery County Community College communications department.
Yeah, I've seen Matt Porter on there. Yeah, and DJ Andy, he has he's a retired gentleman, and but he can't sit still. So he went out and got himself a job at McDonald's. So now he's the guy you see at the window. Mm-hmm. He's been handing out cards and telling people, I'm going to be on the radio. And the poor guy, it's taken us 2.5 years to get up and running on this thing. But today, 6 o'clock in the morning, it was Andy on the radio. He did his shift, and Andy's really good. He does traffic and weather better than I do. I'm on at 5 p.m. tonight. Mm-hmm. And, it's just a lot of fun to do. But what I'm learning from Andy.
Yeah.
So he's pushing his weight around over there.
Yeah. So Matt, thanks for dropping a comment in there. And we also heard from Cecilia Rita. She loves the station as well. So thank you, Cecilia.
Yeah, that's a plus because she is my fiance.
Okay. Then by default, she likes it. No, but
that is a plus, big plus.
Yeah. Oh, that's
great. So my conversation with the folks of the chamber, it's not a hard sell. It's and we're really not selling. You give donations, we give you mentions on the radio, and right now, obviously, we're just getting started, so we're being very generous as to what we're doing with that. So, and we can also do commercials. If you come into the studio, we have green screen. We can do that. We can have a conversation. We can do infomercials. Okay. And they appear as an interview. And the best part about it for the chamber members is they get a discount, obviously, of 10%, but they will also get that recording that they can share on their own social media, obviously,
So let me just make note here with a few things. So for the members of the community, especially the business owners who are members of the chamber, you now have two avenues, right, to make sure that your message gets heard. You have chamber chat here, okay, which as a member, that is part of your membership. But then you can step over to WXPM and you can get video production on top of that. So remember, we live in a very visual world right now. Now, look, people are listening to this podcast, and there are podcasts out there that are audio only, but video is driving a lot of things. You've seen Instagram Reels, and you see TikTok, and you see Facebook Live, and we're a very visual being and a very visual society. So there's so many opportunities for you to visually connect with your audience that is different than necessarily advertising in a static publication. And look, there's a time and a place for all that. Absolutely. And that's probably, part of your advertising strategy, but video, if you can get a good video done, I'm going to do a little chef's kiss.
It is. Oh yeah. We would love to talk to Eileen also. Eileen, thank you once again for setting this up so soon. I mean, I think I emailed her last week. I said, yeah, I'd love to get on there because I'm so shy, but on the radio, we're throwing, we can package in things with video and also on the radio. So say somebody is doing an hour-long program, we would give you 3 mentions during that time, and the personality who is doing the show would do it not as, he wouldn't go to break. He would just mention you and some of the services that you do. Because we're nonprofit, we can't do those blowout commercials like we have the lowest price, and we're pretty much under the same rules as PBS, so we have to be very careful about how we do that. Now on the stream, we can do 2 versions of what we're doing here. We can do your mention. We can also do a commercial on the stream. We don't have it all figured out as to how we're going to do that simultaneously over the air yet, but that's in the work, Rick Rogers. So, and we're all just having a blast. Oh, and so, it's 3 mentions, and then we give you 3 more mentions during the week between 10 and I think it's 4 p.m. And then if you're running your program on a Saturday, say you're an insurance agent and you run a show where you can actually get your own guests and bring in mortgage people and, people related to your field and interview them, you could be generating revenue too with those. We give you a percentage of those. So,
So there's a lot of opportunity. And Drew, if you could pop the website back up again, we'll just go through it briefly as we have the last few minutes here. So again, if you're a business owner in the community and you're interested in connecting with the chamber for Chamber Chat Live, or you're interested in connecting with John and WXPM to do some video work and or some audio mentions, let's reach out. Let's just have an exploratory conversation there. And let's see what we can do together. So as you can see there, often imitated, never duplicated, serving Phoenixville, Rofo. I might get in trouble for that.
No, you
won't. Spring City and Pottstown.
You're okay. Yeah. Cecilia, my fiance is from Rofo, so
okay,
we're good. She says it all the time.
I think where it gets sticky is the difference between Royersford and Royersford.
Oh, no. You've been watching too much HBO.
Yeah. Hey, Drew, can you scroll down further here? I wanted to mention this part of your website. As I was scrolling through there,
sure.
I noticed that there was stuff on the 422 corridor and some sports. I actually clicked on several of these articles that I felt like were really interesting or were informative to me. So not only, again, is this a place to stream, but you can actually go here for news and information here. I'm
Yeah,
particularly interested in the Bigfoot Festival.
of course you are. Yeah, I put the website together myself because obviously I had a website company for years and years, so I was overqualified to put a website together. So if you have any complaints, yes, that's me. You can also email me for that. But what we did initially was we're taking RSS feeds from all the newspapers in the area. We jam them all into one feed, and then we present them out as news. So you can click. There should be a link on every article that says go to the source. So that will take you to the respective media source. So that should be there. Yeah.
All right.
So if you click that link down there, yeah, that'll take you to the actual article. It's Phoenixville Patch. So,
Gotcha.
you know,
Gotcha.
so they may have more links than we do and those kind of things. We just took the raw information, to inform, and people get a real good idea of what's going on in the community in a flash.
Right. So Eileen, well, I got to go a little higher here and look over. So Eileen says she was sorry when she wasn't on the show today, but she said thank you for being a guest and becoming one of our newer members. Look forward to meeting you.
Yeah. I want to meet everybody in person.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it as well. I know they have a luncheon coming up at the Brookside Country Club.
I think that's 16th. I think I've been there.
So. Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm originally from the Indian Valley and the Lansdale area, so I know those two chambers. And every once in a while, we had a shindig over here.
Nice. Well, John, is there anything else you want to chat about before we go today?
No, I just want to accentuate that we are for the community. We want to do a lot for the community. We're not doing this for any other reason. If we were doing it for money, we wouldn't be sticking around for 2.5 years trying to get this thing. Can you imagine? Myself, Andy, Ken Petrini, he's our legal counsel. Talk about having a skill that could be handy to he's done great things for us too behind the scenes, and I hope I can get him to come out to the chamber events also. Yeah,
that'd be great. It'd be great to meet everybody else behind WXPM. So John Ralston, thank you so much for being a guest today. Greatly appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, and anytime, just email me, john@wxpm.org, and I'll be happy to help out any chamber member. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being a guest today. John Ralston from 98.5 WXPM. See you in person. I'm so shy. Yeah. You can tell. Thanks again. You're welcome. Just hang on for just a moment there. It's our pleasure to interview you today. So thanks again for everybody for watching this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. I hope, again, this is something a little bit different and something we can bring to you as another added benefit, of your chamber membership, or if you're a member of the community. Boy, you're moving your shoulders now. Wait until the outro music. You're really going to be jamming. You can't see my hands now. You really? So until we connect again, everyone, all my best. Bye for now.